everyone, Boom Shikha here. I hope that you guys are having an awesome day wherever you are. I'm obviously in Chiang Mai. It's 11:11 a.m. In today's video, I wanted to speak to you guys about this conversation I had with a friend very recently, actually just yesterday. And I was in a masterminding workshop and I was sitting next to this beautiful girl, beautiful female, beautiful woman, whatever it is. And she was telling me how, she's trying to surrender and she's trying to have faith in the universe. And she's trying to have trust that the money will show up, because right now she's running out of money, but she really wants to keep on working on her online business, etc. And I had this thing that I said to her that I really, after I said it, I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool, because it is something that I think about all the time, but I haven't really shared with anyone ever. And so I told that person that there are basically two parts in me, two boom shikhas. One of the shikha, or one of the booms, is boomtastic. She is a hustler. She wants to get stuff done. She's a doer. She's also impatient. She doesn't trust the universe. She only trusts herself. And she really, really, really wants to work really hard. And she believes that if she works really hard, then she will be successful. And she only relies on herself. She only trusts herself. She's a hustler, basically. She is like Gary Vaynerchuk, but in a female Indian version. There's a second part of me, obviously, which is the Zen part of me, which is the part that trusts the universe, the part that believes that the universe is always helping her, the part that's patient, the part that believes that there's a path that she's following and she just needs to keep on doing the basics, and eventually over time, things will work out as they're supposed to. Hey, Janie! And so those are the two parts of me, right? One of them is impatient and wants to hustle, and the other part is the patient part. Now, before I'd actually done this video, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, it means that I should not have that impatient part, because that's a bad part of me. But the more I talk about it, the more I realize that I need both of these parts of me. Because if I was only the Zen part, then I would never really get anything done. I wouldn't be a doer. It is the impatient, hustling part of me that gets stuff done. And it's the balance that is really necessary, because it's the patient part of me, the Zen part of me, that calms me down. So it keeps me on track. It prevents me from burning out, right? So I need both parts of me in order to function perfectly. We were speaking about this yesterday, and in Ayurveda, we have this Vata, Pitta, Kapha body type, and I'm a Vata Pitta, and whatever that means to you. Vatas are very airy. They're always in their head. They're always in their imagination. Pittas are very much about getting stuff done. They're very intense, and so they get things done. And I need both parts of me, both of those beautiful parts of me, the impatient part, the hustling part, and the patient part, the Zen part. I need both of those in order to be successful. I cannot say that one part is better than the other because, I need to be patient all the time, or I need to be Zen all the time. If I was Zen all the time and I wasn't feeling any anxiety or any hustle or any drive, I wouldn't get anything done. I would just sit on my ass all day long and just talk about it. Or I wouldn't even talk about it. I would just sit and pretend that everything's going to work out for the best. That's basically a form of denial. And I don't want to do that either. So I want both parts of me. I want to, support both parts of me, both the hustler and the Zen Shikha. Both of those are important for me to be successful. The reason I bring this up is because one of the reasons the girl was really upset with herself is because she was getting impatient, and because she was working really, really hard, and she's like, I shouldn't be working so hard. I should be more patient. I should, be trusting of the universe. And I totally agree with that. You should definitely trust the universe. But even when I'm getting shit done, even when I'm being a hustler, even when I'm getting a lot of this work done, even when I'm writing my blog posts, even when I'm doing a podcast, when I'm doing so much during the day, it does not mean that I'm not being patient. There is always this part of me on the inside that knows, that believes that the universe is working for me, and everything that I'm doing, all of the basics, writing a blog post, doing my podcast, doing these videos, networking, going to workshops, all of it is necessary for me to move forward in my life. All of it is necessary for me to move forward in my business. All of it is necessary in order for me to become a better, brighter, more beautiful, bolder person. So both parts of me are important. I hope that this makes sense to you, because if we start saying that one part of us is bad, then we're basically going to be pushing that part down, and that part of us is going to become a shadow of sorts. And if that part of us becomes a shadow, then we're always pushing it down, not really listening to it. We're not going to get the signs and signals that are necessary for things to happen. For example, when I'm in my hustling mode and I'm getting all these ideas coming at me and I'm putting them into practice right away, what I do is I get an idea. I'll be like, okay, I want to do this course on sexuality. I'll get the idea, I'll put it into effect right away. So I'll create a sales page and I'll send out a notice to everyone saying, I'm going to do this. I'm doing this course soon, blah, 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 right? If I wasn't in that hustling stage, if I wasn't impatient, if I wasn't bringing out that part of me, I would think about having an idea. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do this course. And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to wait for a sign from the universe, or I'm going to wait for something, or I'm going to trust that the universe is going to take care of it for me. And I wouldn't actually do anything for that course. But as soon as I put that into motion, I do the sales page, I send out a signal to the universe. The universe knows, like, I'm serious about this. I want to get shit done. I want to get this course out. And then the universe sends me things, people, whatever it might be, situations to support me in my journey. So you see, both of those parts of me are necessary for my success. And if I said that one part of me is better than the other, or one other part is better than the other, then it means that I'm not listening to the whole Shikha. I'm just looking for parts of me, and I'm not being a whole person. I'm not using all of my talents and abilities. It is my pitta part, it is my hustler part that makes me do all these amazing things, makes me meet people, do all that. I wouldn't have moved to Chiang Mai if I didn't have a hustler part of me. Because if I was all zen, I would have just stayed in Toronto, I would have lived with my parents. I wouldn't have had a lot of expenses living with my parents, and I wouldn't have been as anxious or as driven to make money, as anxious or driven to build my business as I am right now, knowing that I'm running out of savings, or not running out of savings, I shouldn't say those words. I am using up my savings and things like that. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So there are always two parts of us in every single thing we do. Everything has two sides to it. And I'm sure you guys have heard of this theory before, obviously. Light and dark, shadow and light and all that stuff. So everything that we do has two parts to it. But we always make an assumption, we have an interpretation in our head that one part is better than the other. And then we always look to that one part and we try to ignore or stamp down on that other part. But like I've said before, in everything that you do in your life, you're going to need both parts of you. You're going to need both of those different sides of the coins. You're going to need the light side of you, the beautiful, light, shiny side of you. And you're going to need your shadows. You're going to need the dark sides of you as well. Because that is what makes you a whole human being. If we only use one part of ourselves, if we only use one side of ourselves, we're not a full, whole human being. We're not using all of our talents and abilities. We're not using all of our life experiences. We're not using what makes us unique as a human right now in this moment in time. We're just using little pieces and bits of ourselves. And when we do that, especially when we do that to build our business, to build our lives, our ideal lives, we're going to build a life that's going to be half-assed. It's not going to be the perfect, badass life that we're meant to create. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be haphazard. It's not going to be complete. If you want to create a life that's completely idealistic and perfection for us, we need to create it from all the different parts of us, including our shadows, including the parts of ourselves that we don't like. One last example before I finish. So I am an extremely impulsive, spontaneous person. And for the longest time, that impulsiveness, that spontaneity was something that my parents always said is a bad part of me. It's something that's going to get me into trouble. Sometimes it did, but also brought all these amazing experiences into my life. And so in the past, I would think of that part of me as something bad, something that I need to stamp down on. I always be like, no, I'm not going to be impulsive. I'm going to be staid, and I'm going to be rational. I'm going to be logical. And I do have a rational, logical side to me. Of course I do. I'm a mathematician. I come from a family of logical people. So I have that part to me. But what makes me a whole human being is that beautiful, impulsive, spontaneous part of me. That's what makes me truly Shikha. If I didn't have that part to me, I would really have not lived such an amazing life as I have right now. I wouldn't be in Chiang Mai if I didn't have that spontaneous, impulsive side to me. Because I got that message from the universe, and most people have been like, maybe I should think about it. I was like, no, the universe is sending me a signal. I need to go to Chiang Mai. I told everyone right away. I booked my ticket, and I did it. I didn't think about it. It's because of this beautiful, spontaneous, impulsive side of me that I am living this amazing life. That's the reason I started my online business. That's the reason I do these 30 days of live video. I got an idea and I just did it. And I don't think about it too much. I just go on and do it. And then I wait to see what the results are like. That's the part of me that I love. But for the longest time, I hated this part of myself because I was told by my parents over and over again that it's a bad part of me. That's the reason that they hated it, because it made me do all these amazing, cool, spontaneous things that they hated. They wanted me to live a simple, safe, secure life. And that's not possible for me because that part of me is strong and wants to be heard. And as long as I do hear it, I'm going to have an amazing, full, beautiful, complete life. And that is my journey. That is our journey in this life, is to listen to all the different parts of us. Not only the light parts, not only the parts that we like about ourselves, but the parts that sometimes we don't like about ourselves. And really ask yourself the question, why don't I like this part about myself? Is it something that society is telling me not to like, or my parents or my teachers? Or is it something that is actually truly not a good thing and is going to lead me astray? Because really, I bet you 99% of the time, it's something that you've been told, but it's not really reality. It's not really a bad part. It's just something that you've been told over and over again, just like it was the case for me. So I hope that this makes sense to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Janie and Tom, for your comments. Thank you again for spending time with me, listening to my beautiful words of wisdom. I hope that you guys have an amazing day, no matter what you guys get up to. And I'll see you guys next time around. If you guys do find this interesting or useful, please do share it with your friends and family. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.